It's no secret that the R&B crooner has a thing for roaring engines and luxurious rides. The Starboy singer frequently mentions them in his lyrics. "We don't pray for love, we just pray for cars," says The Weeknd, Abel Tesfaye. When you look at The Weeknd's garage, it's clear what he meant, because The Weeknd loves exotic cars. The blinding light star is so fond of his cars that he mentions them in some of his songs. Even so, when it comes to car shopping, he doesn't cut corners on performance. Porsche 911. There is very little information available about The Weeknd's Porsche 911, including the year it was built. Looking at a few photos of the man with this classic German car reveals that it's almost certainly a G-Series 911, which was manufactured between 1974 and 1989. These air-cooled 911s are now quite valuable collector's items, commanding high prices, though that would be chump change for The Weeknd. Given that this is the cheapest car in the man's collection, some may dismiss it and focus on other vehicles. However, this 911 demonstrates that The Weeknd appreciates simple German GTs and isn't just concerned with how flashy a vehicle is. That is something we can respect. McLaren P1. The Weeknd strolls through a garage full of impressive cars in the music video for Starboy. He then comes to a halt in front of an orange McLaren P1 and climbs inside of the Black Cat. The rapper takes the British supercar for a nighttime spin on some mountain roads, with the taillights shining brightly in the darkness. People wisely realize that just because a vehicle appears in a music video and is even driven by a musician does not imply that it is owned by that person. There have been numerous instances of vehicles being borrowed from friends or even rented from services because they matched the aesthetic desired by the musician or music video director. However, in this case, the P1 turns out to be The Weeknd's property. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ is a supercar that is as exotic and outlandish as the McLaren P1 and possibly even more eye-catching. The exterior, like that of other modern Lamborghinis, appears to be ready to gore lesser vehicles, giving new meaning to the bull on the brand's badging. It backs up that claim with a lot of power, 759 horsepower, to be exact. Extreme looks and high-end performance in such a small package don't come cheap. The SVJ has a starting price of $517,770, according to Lamborghini. We suspect The Weeknd's one has been optioned beyond that. Mercedes-AMG G63. The Weeknd expresses his passion for automobiles by including references to his whips in his lyrics. Infatuated by the famed status, she want to ride inside the G-Class grain. Matted, he sings in his hit song often, referring to his Mercedes-AMG G63. The G63, another luxury SUV, is spacious on the inside and comes factory upgraded in a variety of ways. You wouldn't expect something that looks like a rolling brick to be fast, but according to the German automaker, this ride can go from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. This is made possible by the hand-built 4.0-liter bi-turbo V8 engine, which produces 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The interior is oozing with opulence, with Napa leather upholstery throughout, heated rear seats, and 64-color LED ambient lighting. Such a speed defies its right-angle design, and it's possible that's what drew The Weeknd to this German machine. He can't get enough of Mercedes, as evidenced by his use of a vintage 300 SL and his powerhouse single blinding lights, according to John Sisson Motors. Mercedes-Maybach G650. What happens when you combine the G65 AMG's twin-turbocharged 6.0-liter V12 engine with the G504's portal axles and other serious off-road kits, and the rear seats from a long-wheelbase Maybach S-Class? You will, however, receive a Mercedes-Maybach G650 Lanolin. This car truck? Whatever you want to call it. But let's stick with G650 Lanolin. Maybach G650 Lanolin has everything you need for off-roading cruising. Its Mercedes made by Turbo V12 produces 620 horsepower of power with over 1,000 Newton-meters of torque and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds with a top speed of 112 miles per hour. You could expect that with this super luxury off-roader. And this Lanolin costs a whopping $1,800,000 with all its glory, and I guess it is expected if your love for fast and exquisite German automotive is that strong. Mercedes-Benz EQC. This other German EV is exactly what you would expect when you combine loads of S-Class luxury interiors and super comfortable body with the power of a GT Series Mercedes, but all in an EV and all at a fraction of the price of an S-Class, and you get a Mercedes-Benz EQC. So, after Mercedes sponsored this car in one of his music videos, The Weeknd purchased one of his own. This super luxury all-wheel drive sedan produces a total of 402 horsepower of power and 720 Nm of torque, and comes with a 400V 80 kWh lithium-ion battery that provides a total range of 283 miles. And it costs more than $77,000. Bentley Mulsanne. The Bentley Mulsanne is one of the Weeknd's more laid-back vehicles. Bentley is a classic car brand synonymous with high-end luxury. The automaker focuses on providing exceptional comfort and style to its customers without sacrificing road performance. And a guy like The Weeknd requires a more practical and comfortable alternative to his fast cars. To fit all of that, you get this Bentley Mulsanne. This car, which is powered by a 6.8-liter V8 engine, produces 505 horsepower of power and 1,033 Nm of torque, and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds with a top speed of 190 miles per hour. Costs more than $303,000. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Bye. See you in the next video.